Hello, my strangelings. Like I said in my video this morning, I'll be reading something from here, in this book, Ed and Lorraine. What I'm going to be reading is from, I guess you could call it Chapter 9, Family Under Attack, about the Beckford family. I tried looking them up. I couldn't find anything on this case. But I did read this book the first time. That would be for a separate video altogether on why I even have this book. But let's go on. Family Under Attack. On March 3rd, 1974, Peter Beckford, age 55, made a note on the kitchen calendar. His daughter Vicky's car had just gotten a flat tire on a trip to the drugstore. Pouring himself another Sunday morning cup of coffee, Pete Beckford could hardly have imagined that this seemingly ordinary event was the beginning of an all-out siege by a violent, inhumane spirit that would begin with acts of vandalism and the near total destruction of his small ranch house. Hell would break loose in the Beckford house because the night before, 19-year-old Vicky Beckford had crossed the line. She invited a demonic spirit to manifest. Through the device, girl gave this permission unwillingly. She nevertheless committed a supernatural transgression of the highest order. What result was perhaps the worst case of diabolical attack the Warrens have ever experienced. The actual beginning of the case would have to be dated a year earlier, though, Ed states. That's when Vicky began using the Ouija board. In this day and age, her motive for seeking spirit communication was somewhat understandable. Bored, lonely, she was seeking excitement. Her family was strict and religious and kept a tight rein both on her and her 15-year-old brother Eric. A brooding adolescent, Vicky had a few friends and withdrew into herself. One night, in futility, she decided to try and find a friend on the Ouija board after everyone had gone to bed. She placed the magic talking board on the floor, put her fingers on the planchets, aka the eye, and began asking questions. Is anyone there? My name is Vicky Louise Beckford. Is there a spirit who can hear me? Suddenly the planchet rises up to yes. To Vicky's uneventual misfortune, she now had a disembodied acquaintance. From then on, Vicky contacted the same spirit every night. She looked forward to the nightly communication with her patronizing ethereal friend, and would spend hours conversing on the board with it. And no wonder the spirit played on her vanities, always making a point of complimenting the girl. You look beautiful in the brown dress today, Vicky. You're so pretty compared to those other girls. Tomorrow, wear your hair up. It looks good that way. Night after night, the spirit on the board assented. Melodramatic issues that would lead to an emotional excess later on. You make me so happy, honey, the board would purposely tell the lonely teenager. I'd love to marry you if I could. You're so lucky to be alive, was another ploy. Tell me what it was like to be alive today, and implored. In response, Vicky Beckford would sympathetically recite the events of her day. Vicky Beckford would sympathetically recite the event of her day. Following that, she then asked the questions. The spirit responded with stories about its death, how lonely it had been before meeting her. Vicky bleeped every word cunningly. The spirit strung the girl out emotionally every night. Then it would abruptly stop communicating and say teasingly, "See you tomorrow." Alright. I'll continue on with tomorrow night, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.